Hello, gorgeous people. It's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. Just saying, the alarm's going to go off in literally like a second. You ready? And needless to say, it's 9 o'clock. It's time. We're going to have an amazing time tonight. If you have music to send me, you can send it to CelticRain777 at gmail.com. As you know, there it is. It's 9 o'clock. As you know, all you have to do is be a small label or independent artist or band. And it needs to be family friendly, meaning please, 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 no cursing, and let's not make fun of people. It's just not nice. It's just not worth it in the world. There's too much hate as there is. I don't want to spread hate on this show. I want to spread love. So much love. Needless to say, you can send it to CelticRain777 at gmail.com. That's right. If you are not watching from YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky, and you'll be able to subscribe. If you hit that little bell, it's like magic. It tells you exactly when we're going to be on. It's so awesome. We have some amazing music for you tonight, and we have Mr. Scott with us. So, needless to say, we're going to have some great, great times tonight. First, we're going to listen to a song called Hero by James Artist. And then there's a song called Faith that I wrote way back in college, and actually recorded it with a gospel choir that I used to sing with. And so it's kind of exciting to look back at that music for me. But needless to say, it's a beautiful tune. And then we have a piece called A Piece of the Action by 5 Year Mission. Some just amazing, great music to start out this amazing and great show. I know, it's going to be a great show. I can feel it like right here. You guys ready for some great music? Here we go.
I like to be that man. say the words out loud? How can you trust your love? How can you know it's from above? Faith is the only way. Faith can move mountains. Faith pulls you through the day. Faith.
There's only one way to give your all. Faith is the only way, mind and soul.
How can you live with death? How can you know there's someone else? How can you trust his will? How can you touch and see and feel? Faith is the only way. Faith can move mountains. Faith pulls you through the day. Faith.
There's only one way
There's only
to give your
one
all.
way.
Faith is the only
There's
way,
only
mind and
one
soul.
way.
There's only one way
There's only
to give your
one
all.
way.
Faith is the only way,
It's my
there's nothing better than just a little bit of 5-year mission. Just saying. Some great, great, great tunes. But we have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artist on with us tonight. His name is Scott Ziggy. Hello, Mr. Scott. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, how have you been doing? We had you on the show a little bit ago, but
Yeah.
now you're back. And how are you doing? How's everything been going? I know you just you told me that you just adopted some children. That is huge.
Yes, three of them. In fact, in a couple weekends, it'll be a year since the adoption was finalized. So
Oh my goodness.
we've had a little time to spend with them. They were a handful at first. They're still a handful now, but a controllable,
A
manageable
controlled handful.
handful.
Yes, yes. Well, 3 at one time. That's like having triplets, but they're
Yes,
big.
and
Yeah.
they're little, and they're very close in age, so it is like triplets.
Oh my gosh.
The youngest one's going to be 4 next month. The others are 5 and 6. So
Wow. Yeah.
girl and 2 boys.
Oh, that is a lot. Did you have any children before that? Or were
Yeah,
these your
yes, they are
Yeah,
grown.
they're grown. And
In
you're like,
fact,
now you're just starting over. And
yeah, yeah. Well, the story is my wife and I, this is wife number 2, and you never really plan to have wife number 2 or, spouse, whatever, but,
life happens.
marriage is supposed to be, yeah, but you're right, life happens. And
Yeah.
so in fact, we just celebrated on the 6th, we just celebrated 11 years together, married.
Wonderful.
And yeah, so my oldest, she'll be 23 in July, and my second oldest, who is still with us, she's in college right now, and on the 15th of this month, she'll be turning 20. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. So and now you have 4 and 5-year-olds. That's
yes,
huge. That's
4,
huge.
5, 6-year-old. Yep,
4 and
yep,
5 and 6.
yep, yep.
Yeah. So it's beautiful though. It must put a different kind of energy in your house for sure.
It definitely does. It definitely does. And yeah, you see my eyes. It definitely does.
Yeah, it puts a lot of
Everybody
energy,
knows who
a
they
lot of
are when
different
they're
energy in my life, right? I totally understand. We had one that was and that in and of itself was a different energy, and you're just like, it's time for bed.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy need mommy and daddy time where you're not awake.
Yeah.
But it is a
Yeah.
beautiful time. That age is such a beautiful age. So, it
Yeah.
is what it is. So how do they how do they enjoy your music? How do they fit into that piece? Or do they?
They enjoy all of it. They just they take everything in so much. And like in church every Sunday, because I lead the worship, so they're always after we're done, they're like, "Daddy, you're a good singer. Daddy, you're awesome." And they just,
Nice.
they when they first got here, we had these toy guitars and drums and stuff, and so they would, pick up the instruments and jam with me, or they jammed to what I was watching on YouTube or listening, on records and stuff. So they're they clearly love music. We're yet to see what develops as far as any specific interest, like Nick wants to play guitar or Dimitri wants to play this or that. So,
Yeah. Well, they're young.
yes, they
And
are.
as someone who teaches kids that age music, it takes till about 7 or 8 to really start being like, this is it for me.
Yeah.
Unless you're just one of those crazy people like I was, who was just like, yep, I'm going to sing for the rest of my life. And I was 3. So
And that's serenity.
it
And
is.
that's serenity. And
Sometimes it is what it is, and but
yeah.
most people it takes till about 6 or 7, 7, 8, somewhere around there to really be like, okay, I would like to try this, and then they can try all sorts of beautiful things, which is
Sure.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. So I know that your band has been recording and doing all sorts of beautiful things. Tell us a little bit about your band, because I know it's been a minute, so I want to make sure people really know about your band.
Okay. Well, the band that I had about 7 years, was Soul Creed. We disbanded about 3 years ago, but since then, Mike, my old lead guitar player, who has the studio we recorded everything at, has been very helpful in both the production part of the music since then. and also in the songwriting part. So we still write together. Um, in fact, in the last couple of years, we've done uh, a whole album, and it was mostly songs from the old group that I was like, I don't want to put these to waste because these are I felt they were good enough songs that should be heard,
Yeah,
message wise and music wise. And recently, in the last few months, I've actually put out some new singles.
that's
So,
wonderful.
yeah. And in fact, I just got this today. This is the front cover of what is supposed to be just Ziggy, the singles. This is Living Testimony. These are all the covers, of course, that you will find on Spotify. Um, Surrender is the most recent single I put out back in March, and it's still kind of rock, but it's more contemporary. It's more like it's got some modern aspects to it.
Right, right.
I'm a classic rock guy, so that's why I say that. And then this is my acoustic song that I remastered, the song I recorded 10 years ago called Nothing's Impossible.
Nice.
And so it
So
has a
you
little
would
extra.
put yourself in is it Christian or is
Oh,
it
yeah.
just
Yes.
okay? So it's classic rock Christian kind of genre of
Yes.
description of your music.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mostly. Yeah. Pretty much it's that's the way it's been. I'm trying to get into a little bit more of a modern-ish sound to
Yeah.
try to not stay so isolated in what most would consider the past, although they like it. So you got Living Testimony, which with the help of some folks out in Nashville, did have sort of a, depending on where you're from, like a K-Love vibe or a Way
Right,
FM
right,
vibe, or, along those
right.
lines.
Yeah, I know for myself, I love to be able to do different things. So,
Mhm.
people go, "What genre do you? What is your genre?" I was like, yeah, I don't really have one. I have like several, And we have a Celtic band, and we have a jazz and blues band, and we have a Renaissance fair band, and it's just like okay. And then on top of that, now I'm like sitting down and planning for February a classical concert because I have a degree in opera, so why not, right? And so I'm
Yeah, wow.
sitting here kind of doing this, and I think the best thing is when you're just like there are some people it's like okay this is my lane and I'm staying in it you know
Mhm.
but as musicians we don't have to, which is beautiful.
Right.
We can do all of these beautiful things and have so much fun doing it.
Yes, and I'm like that too. I'm really just wanting to experiment and do different things a lot more because the- I've done what I've done and it's fine. But you know, in relation to all the influences I've had in classic rock, which the main ones were the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and Queen, and all three of those groups just they pushed forward. They charted new territory. They did different things. They didn't stick with one sound,
Exactly.
and so that's along the
Absolutely.
lines of what I like to do as well.
I think if you're the kind of person who likes to challenge yourself, then you end up getting bored if you just stay in one lane.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. Another thing that we're trying to kind of that is in my brain, and we'll see if it ever comes out, is I would love to do a dance album. Is take our stuff and kind of then put electronics behind it and make it more industrial and make a dance album because I think that would be really kind of cool. And so I hope I can't wait to hear the new stuff that you're putting out when you send it to us and we get to play it.
Yes.
So much fun. I know. We are actually going to listen to a song of yours called Stake the Claim. Tell me about this song.
Stake the Claim was written in Nashville about 5 years ago. I was working with Billy Smiley, the band, and I were working with Billy Smiley, the guy that founded the band Whiteheart, which is a classic Christian band from the 80s and 90s.
I remember Whiteheart actually, which is hilarious. Yeah.
And so we were writing this song is, this is all about when the Lord returns, and it's like when he comes and sets his feet on the Mount of Olives, and he stakes his claim on the earth. He's the King of Kings. He's Lord of Lords, and so many people are just trying to grope around, trying to find the light to get knowledge, get understanding, get wisdom. Oops, there we go. I'm out.
You flipped over for a minute. It's all right. We got you.
Yeah. So, we're people are trying to find meaning or significance in things that aren't healthy, for them spiritually, or for their mind, and so it's like the world is full of chaos, but God brings the peace in the middle of the storm, and that's what the chorus talks about.
Nice.
So God also wants to stake the claim on our hearts and everyone's heart. So this is, the fact of the matter is, every knee will bow, every tongue will confess that He is Lord when He returns. So it's that day will be a day of rejoicing and celebration for those who believe, and a day of reckoning for the rest of the world, because it's all going to be brought together in the way He sees fit, the way it was intended, the way that it should be.
Well, I'm gonna have you sing this song in a minute, and we're gonna go from there. Do a little chair dancing, have a little fun, and here we go. Here we go. Well, you guys, we are going to listen to "Stake the Claim" by Scott Ziggler, and then we've got "My Closet" by Mad Scientist Club from the Dr. Malice and the Absinthic Orchestra, and then we have "Denied" by Motionless a Motionless Paradox. Beautiful, beautiful music. It's going to be a great night. As I said before, I can just feel it inside. So awesome. You guys ready? Here we go.
In a world full of chaos, there is peace in the midst of a war. The forces that rage to win their place, and you can be sure a time will come when justice reigns and wrong seems to right. And on that day, you stake the claim. In your search for understanding, you can make sense of what's right. Seems the world's turned, never grasping how to just switch on the light. It seems like things will never make sense in a world that feeds on emptiness. In a world full of chaos, there is peace in the midst of a war. The forces that rage to win their place, and you can be sure a time will come when justice reigns and wrong turns to right. And on that day, you'll stake the claim. Chase the temptress, feed the viper. There's a world that moves at you. Hold the charmer, kiss the devil. Seems there's nothing you can do. You're always hungry for something more, so desperate you'll kick down the door. Kick down the door. In a world full of chaos, there is peace in the midst of a war. chaos, there is peace in the midst of a war. When forces outrage to win their plates, and you can be sure the time will come when justice reigns and wrongs seem to right. And on that day, you stake the claim. Stake the claim. Stake the claim. Stake the claim. Whoa.
Learn my lesson, never again, never again. Asked you to show up in white, you showed up in red. I took my eyes off you for just 1 second. You took your blue eyes off of me, then you look up there red. The monsters in my closet made up stories about apathy. Any other color would have blinded me. I wanted the truth and now I got it. Fairy tale princess laying tricks on me. Dragon sitting in your tower waiting to breathe fire on me. I know what color you're made of, girl, you're made of fire that's cold and ice that burns. The monsters in my closet made up stories about apathy. Any other flame would have stricken me. I'm playing with fire and now I got it. I thought I was immune to your lies. Never thought wishful thinking would be goodbye. Wanting to escape, I ran away to what I thought was even far, far, far away.
Some awesome music from Emotionless Paradox. Just really, really great. You guys, I play all kinds of music, as you can see. So the only thing you have to do is be a small label or independent artist or a band and be family friendly, meaning please no cursing and don't make fun of people. And I play your stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing how that works, right? All you have to do is send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com and I play your stuff. It's really that easy. We have some beautiful music coming up. We have Unique Days by Victor Sierra. Then The Golden Ring, which is a Piper piece by my band, actually, called Celtic Rain. And then we have Almost Home by Jeremy Crumbaugh. Awesome, awesome stuff. And a Facebook user says, awesome it is. Yes, it is. It's very, very awesome. And thank you so much for coming and being here with us tonight. It's one of those shows that just the music just touches your heart. And here's just a little bit more for you. Here we go.
Perspective. They drink the glass of grief, switch feelings for those that love to hate. Some choose the easy path, find a target for their wrath and spit at the face. The love to hate will live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. From the other side, and they join them for the ride, calling to murder people they love to hate. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. Days, unquiet moments of our time. Some go for conspiracy, led by imaginary masters in the dark. Love to hate.
Driving down the road tonight, the one to get back by your side. I'm almost home to you. Trying to make a few more bucks, hoping with a little luck one day I won't have to go. Almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. I know it's been a trying year. It's only thanks to you, my dear, that I made it through. You are my way, my truth, my life. Nothing's ever felt so right. You give me something to believe. Almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. Sit around and talk about our Sundays, but some days don't have to wait. We've got all we need, so let's live for today. Home is you right by my side. My home is you right by my side. Almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. Driving north to you tonight, the road to get back by your side. My home is next to you. You are my home. 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 You are my home.
Just a beautiful, beautiful song. I didn't want to dance during that one because I wanted you to just get it in your heart. It's one of those songs that just kind of hits you right here, right? Well, we have a little bit of a treat for you because one of Scott's new songs is actually out on YouTube a little bit. I want to be able to play that song for you so that you'll hear one of his newer songs. So we're going to do that right now. And that's actually on YouTube. So needless to say, we're gonna have that one playing right now. So as we do that, I'm gonna bring on Mr. Scott. But first, and then I'm gonna share my screen and let you guys just see this beautiful song called Surrender. And I want you to be able to just enjoy this beautiful, beautiful song that is what it is. Let me make sure. I think this might be an ad. So bear with me as we skip. Yay. So there's this gorgeous song. Hold on one second. And I will turn it back. and get you all settled in here. You guys ready for some beautiful music? This is called Surrender.
Are you looking to change? Cause your soul's been estranged. Has your mind been open or has your heart been broken? You're looking for love, but is it enough to fill the void inside you? Yeah, you need his hand to lift you out of that place. The darkness keeps you groping, but he's already spoken. Release that song, courageous and free. Never held back by fear or defeat. The battle belongs to the Lord. He has the final word to be sure. So be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. The name of the Lord is a strong, strong tower. You will be saved, full of his grace. He is your safe place. He is your safe place. Yeah, yeah. He'll make a way if it's meant to be. It's gotta put my trust in your plan for me. Heal my heart, remove all my fears. Take away my worries, wipe away every tear. Prayer song, courageous and free. Never held back by fear or defeat. The battle belongs to the Lord. He has the final word to be sure. So be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. The name of the Lord is a strong, strong tower. You will be saved, full of his grace. He is your safe place. He is your safe place. Yeah, yeah. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be open to you. You're gonna pull through, see what Jesus can do. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be open to you. You're gonna pull through, see what Jesus can do. We're on, courageous and free. Never held back by fear or defeat. Yeah, press on, courageous and free. Never held back by fear or defeat. The battle belongs to the Lord. He has the final word to be sure. So be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. The name of the Lord is a strong, strong tower. You will be saved, full of his grace. He is your safe place. He is your safe place. Yeah, 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 yeah. I say yes, I say yes. I surrender, yes. I say yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I surrender all. You are awesome. You are awesome. Only, only, only awesome. Yeah, yeah.
So that's your new song called Surrender. Tell us about that song. Oops, you're muted. Sorry. I thought I unmuted you, but for some reason, because you muted yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't do that.
it's okay.
It's okay. So tell us about this song.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know, I was going through some tough times. Latter half of last year, just going through bouts of disappointment, disillusionment. Just all these years, you know, what have I done? What have I worked to achieve, and things like that. And where you got dreams and visions and things like that, and they just don't work out, or they don't work the way that you thought, and life just happens in a very different way.
Yes.
And then you throw into the mix people and the way that they've got their lives going, and you're intertwined, whether it's a friendship or a relationship. And so it's it was just very, I felt very discombobulated by the end of the year. There was like just a cloud of depression. And um so I just I mean, I pretty much didn't do a lot of music last fall at all. I
Hmm.
was just releasing songs that I had already recorded a while back, so I wasn't really actively working on something. And by the time New Year came around, I'm like, I've got to get out of this funk somehow.
Yeah.
So as I've been talking to the Lord, and I went to my friend Mike's house, and it's like, all right, let's work on something. We got I got to start doing something again. I got to start make I was just kind of feeling like I can't just keep sitting around and nothing's going to get done, and it's just going to grow stale. So
Yeah.
um Mike and I, we we prayed, and then we wrote this entire song from scratch right there. And words are just coming.
That's
um
wonderful.
and so I really felt that this song, it's one of my more important songs, because I really felt the hand of God moving on it entirely. Not that the others don't have that, but you got a few songs where it just all spills out at one time, and it comes together, and it's like anointed, or God's hand is on it.
Yeah.
So this is one of the songs, and I'm in a place where I'm like, I need to surrender all of this and just let it go, and just move forward.
It's those times when the deepest things of our hearts are shown.
Yeah.
When we've been through the storms, and you're just kind of sitting there. And what I've noticed as a writer, at least, is that when I get to a place where I am just raw, that's when I'm vulnerable enough to just let God come in and do God's job, and just let it pour out. And that's probably when some of my best songs have been written, is when I'm just so raw and so vulnerable that I don't have anything else to give but just truth.
Hmm.
And that's when all the fluff goes away. And and you start realizing, okay, this is what I've been working towards for so long. And God
Yes.
goes, I had to let you go through those things so you could see how raw you could get, so that you could see the truth that is within you. And I think sometimes it's just because we get so consumed with life that we just don't listen until we have to. And then when we have to, it's right there. Which, to be honest, it probably was right there the whole time. It's just a matter of us listening.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
just don't. As people, we just
Yeah.
don't we just don't listen.
Yeah. We gotta.
We're just so stubborn
Yeah.
that the divine just can't get through. And we're like, hello,
Oh,
I've
fine.
been talking for a while, but you won't shut up for a minute to listen to me for just a second. And then you're just finally like, okay, I'm here, I'm listening.
Yeah.
And it just starts. And I think sometimes if we would just quiet down more often, we'd realize how right there it always is. Always.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we stop trying to figure things out, and just let God speak, and just let Him show us what's going on. Because like you said, with that storm, there's thoughts racing, there's emotions running wild, there's we wear ourselves out and we get tired. We can't think clearly. We
Yeah.
can't, so that was just one of those moments. I was tired. I'm like, I've got to just let it go. And like, Lord, what do you want to say? How do you want this to sound? And boom.
Yeah. And I think there's also a time, because I understand there's years where I didn't write hardly anything. And then you just kind of get to, as a musician, you kind of get to this place where you're like, I have I am feeling these urges to just start writing again, and I can't, you have to. And it's that need to fill that need that God made us to be these musicians who are created to create. And then we start writing again, and you're just like, oh, I never want to stop. And then you get into this place where you kind of have to be like, okay, now I have to perform again. Oh, right. And it's this cycle. And I've been talking to myself and being like, okay, no, I'm going to intentionally create space for writing for
Yeah,
me and say, okay, I'm not going to get back into that place where it's been years and I haven't written anything, you know, create
true.
that space in my life so that my busyness, so my life doesn't just take over, you know?
I have so many ideas stacked up, both in my phone, at the studio. I've got plenty of material to work on. I just get on it.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, that's awesome. So you've got these three songs, right, that have come out, and I'm assuming you're working on more because you've got all these ideas that are stacking up and waiting for you.
I am. I am. I actually today was approached by a coworker who she's a singer. She looks very goth, but yet she does country. So
Oh,
it's an
all right.
interesting combination. If you listen to her, you think Cure, you think of just I'm trying to remember what her favorite band is, but anyway, yeah. So she's got an interesting background where her parents kind of grew up in the 80s and 90s, and so she's got that background musically, but she also, when she sings, she does, and writes, she does country. So
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, very, very, very cool mix of stuff. So she approached me today about working on some stuff. So that might be my next project, is
Nice. That's
working
really,
with
really
her,
awesome. I love
collaborate.
collaborations. Collaborations are amazing because you get these 2, 3, 4 minds, 7 minds together, and you get to make something so beautiful together. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear what you guys come up with.
and
It's
it's
very
different.
exciting.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
looking forward to it.
Nice, nice. Well, I know you spoke earlier about who used to influence you, you know, but who now is influencing your music right now?
Ooh, well, that's a good question. I mean, I, I, I don't think I can really, like as an artist, you know, pinpoint, because I'm trying so many different things. I guess if I was to say why I'm trying to change, is I'm trying to get more in tune with the audience in general that's out there. So trying different things as far as contemporary mixes, and
Yeah.
bringing in the modern sounds that you hear in a lot of today's music.
What are
Again,
some of those sounds? What are the contemporary mixes that you're bringing in?
I'm trying a lot of keyboard uh,
Okay.
influence stuff, so it's kind of a bit more it's a bit more poppy synth, but oh, my phone's about to tap out again. Um, so I mean, without playing them, I guess it's hard for me to really just say, oh, it's this. To me, it's not dance, but it's more upbeat,
Yeah.
and it just and trying to bring in other instruments like brass and more strings and things like that, just to
Right, right.
try to shake it up a bit, I guess.
I think lately, 80s, you had that synthesizer sound.
Mhm.
It was very, very big. The electronic drums, instead of the real drums, which I've never been a fan of. I've been more of a fan of the real drums, and then you can put some effects on those. But now I think it's a matter of layering. It's a matter of
Yeah.
thickness. That sound has that thick sound to it. It has the uh different aspects, or it's either that or it's stripped down where it's just very pure.
Yes.
And people want to hear the pureness of that sound, you know, and what are those things that make it so pure. And so it will be interesting to see what things you've added to kind of help that thickness, because I can see that's probably more of the avenue you're going in is, okay, what sound creates this. Another thing that I've actually been thinking about lately is because a lot of people are doing this, and I've been talking to a lot of musicians that are on the show about sampling
Mhm.
and using sampling sounds that are out there for everyone to use
Well,
within the
yes,
songs. Yeah,
actually, Surrender does have a little bit of that too.
there you go. Yeah, because that sampling thing now is just real big. And you can use that to kind of enhance those sounds in there, which I just think is so interesting. So that's kind of some of the things that absolutely that sampling situation. Well, we are going to listen to a song called Carpe Diem. Tell us about this song.
Okay, that's one of the Soul Creed songs that never really. I mean, we played it live, but it never really made it to an album until after the band was gone. Um, it's just, I was heavy into listening to, again, the Beatles. I was into Rubber Soul a lot, so one of the songs on there influenced that one. And it's just, you know, basically this message of the song is like, look, when you feel like you can't get anywhere, you don't think God's listening, feels like life's just not working out. It's no excuse not to try to live life, not to try to, follow your, what God has put on your heart to do.
Right.
So, carpe diem means seize the day. So, you know, I try to encourage, especially unbelieving people, or people who don't really have a walk with God. You know, you got to live your life. But there's a better way to live life than just trying to figure it out on your own.
Right. Right.
Sometimes you feel small and insignificant, but you know, and you feel scarred by the world, scarred by life. But there is one who bore the scars that you feel. He bore them on the cross,
Yes.
and they're much deeper than the wounds that you think they are. They, those roots go much deeper, and God wants to, heal you. So take advantage of that. Let God work in your life. Seize the day. You've got, you were made for a great purpose. You were made to live in abundance. Too many of us, we trap ourselves in lies and negativity, and we never live to the full potential until we realize how much freedom God really has given to us that we're not taking a hold of, because we're just allowing our own limited thinking and the words we speak over ourselves, or the things that we believe about ourselves that are not true in the light of Christ.
Yes.
We limit ourselves
Absolutely.
too much. So seize the day, live your life.
Amen.
You've been chosen, set apart to make a difference in this world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're gonna sing that song and then do a little bit more chair dancing. All right. Sounds good. Well, guys, we are going to listen to Carpe Diem by Scott Ziggler. And then we have Giant Mutant Spider. I love this song by El Troubadour. And then we have So Far Away by Starlight Riot. Some awesome, awesome music. Well, you guys, are you ready for this beautiful music? I am. Here we go.
Wake up and you stop to pray, but you got nothing to say. This is how it's been. Feeling like you've already failed, stuck in a self-made jail before the day begins. We all have those days where we just can't wait to throw the towel in. Feeling like every day is just a total waste. You're tired of struggling. The sun will shine tomorrow. Got to live your life. There's a better way. There's a better way. Yeah, yeah. Feeling like you're 2 feet tall. Your back's against the wall. The sky is falling in. You try to run and hide. You say our hope has died. You think this is the end. You say you're confused and your conscience is bruised. You don't know who you are. But there is one who knows your pain and he's born all your troubled scars. Yeah. The sun will shine tomorrow. As long as you have breath, you're not finished yet. You're not finished yet. Oh no. Take it away. The sun will shine tomorrow. You got to live your life. There's a better way. You can choose it apart to make a brand new start, to make a difference. There's value in your life, as with the effort to fight, you have significance. The sun will shine tomorrow. You got to live your life. There's a better way. The sun will shine tomorrow. As long as you have breath, you're not finished yet. You're not finished yet. You're not finished yet. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the acid rain and creeped the spider out. A product of experiment, genetic mutation. Off on its campaign of domestic mutilation. Giant mutant spider climbed up the coolant tower, cracked it like an egg and sucked out all the power. Mutant spider genes drenched in Madame Curie's potion. The spider spinning cobwebs with unusual devotion. Terrified people living near the power station saw webs depicting fiendish differential equations. Spider math and spidercraft, 12-dimensional geometry, proved superstrings and
other things too minuscule to see. A soldier with a rocket launcher ended the discussion. A million tiny spider pieces scattered by concussion. A million spider pieces scuttling across the plain. And the itsy bitsy spiders climbed up the spout again.
I'm leaving Milwaukee in my old Cadillac. I should have told you sooner. I ain't never coming back. I'm so far, so far away, so far, so far away, so far, so far away, so far, so far. I'm leaving Cape Canaveral in my new rocket ship. Someone should tell NASA that it's a one-way trip. I'm so far, so far away, so far, so far away, so far, so far away, so far, so far. Will you come see me in my big empty? Will you come see me in my big empty? Will you come see me in my big empty? Will you see me? I'm so far, so far away, so far, so far away, so far, so far away, so far, so far.
That's some fun screaming right there. Starlight, right? You know I love you. And you know what I think you should do? I mean, I've already told you this a million times. You should open up a club called Starlight Riot with Starlight Riot. That's just my favorite in the whole world. That's what should happen. I'm just saying. It's what should happen. But we have Mr. Scott back. How are you?
Wonderful, and I'm enjoying this show very much.
Good. I'm glad. That makes me very happy. So you have had these new things happening. You have new songs coming out. You're working on. Where do you see yourself in the future? Right now, you're kind of in this morphing stage. It seems. So
Yeah.
where do you see
Well,
yourself going?
well, right now I'm just working on a song at a time, and I'm just really wanting to put out some different material just to give myself some mix of different tunes. So I don't know. I'm just really seeing where God leads it at this point. There is a concert, like I had discussed earlier, we're doing this weekend here in Charleston. It's called Get Revelation Rock Fest. This is
Nice.
the third annual Rock Fest. And so we are expecting kind of a big crowd this year. The band, there's a Billboard charting band called Ignescent, yes, and they're supposed to be headlining the band, the show. We have other artists such as Jenna Parr, Last Trumpet, Tricord. So these people are mainly out of Georgia, North Carolina.
Nice.
We have some homegrowns besides myself. There's a band called Winter's Resurrection. If you love 80s hair metal, check them out on
Nice.
YouTube. They sound literally like they just hop right out of the 80s. And then there's another group called Suffering Gift. This one is an acoustic group. So, but the band I put together for it, some of the members are looking to continue on past this. So there may be the formation of possibly a new group out of this. I don't know.
There you go.
But just with the kids and all that, the schedule hasn't been quite as free or open as far as that goes. But just working on new music right now. I would like to make another album at some point, but I think it might this time be kind of put together with a bunch of songs I keep putting out one at a time and go, oh, well, this would make a good collection together. So that might be how it works out.
Right, exactly. And that seems to be honest, kind of how things are going right now in the industry. Is people are putting out singles and doubles and just being like, okay, here's this, and then when it finally comes together, they're like, oh yeah, I should probably put this together in a collection instead of an album. They're calling collections. So absolutely, that's right on par. Now tell us, you're in Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
South Carolina. But the thing that you're going to be doing, the performance, is that's in Atlanta? Where's that at? Where's your performance at?
Get Revelation Rock Fest is in Hanahan, South Carolina, which is a city in the Charleston area.
Awesome.
The following week, May 20th, I'll be in Augusta, Georgia.
That's
with the Crossbridge, Crossbridge Music Festival. A group called Yahweh's Tears is hosting that and headlining it. So those are the two main events I have right now.
How can people find out about where they are and how to get to them and how to get tickets for them?
Okay, well, you can check out my Instagram, which is Ziggy. Well, it's Instagram.com/Ziggy Music Official, and I will be continuing to post that as we go along. Of course, it's in a week and a half from now. But yeah, it's so we can do that. You can also go to my website, ziggymusicofficial.com, with to get all the latest on the new singles. And in fact, I've got a new one that I'm releasing. I'm putting it out tomorrow, and it should hopefully be ready to go by this weekend.
Nice.
It's a song called My Place, and it's very, if you love Lenny Kravitz, it's got that vibe.
Nice.
So
very nice. And you do have your Facebook page as well. Do you ever put up events on that Facebook page for people to be able to check out?
My personal Facebook page, I try to share as I go. I've been doing a lot of the Get Revelation Rock Fest promotion on there. Nice. So that's more for the people that are local to this area. But on Instagram, I've been doing more of the promotion for that and for the Crossbridge as well.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to listen to another song. In That Moment, tell me about this song.
In That Moment is basically kind of like the beginning of my story about the time when I really, committed to the Lord at the age of 17. And that's when I knew that music was going to be a big part of my life. it was then, but I felt like the Lord really wanted me to use that to spread the message of the gospel. And so I've
Nice.
done both that with writing songs, and I've been a praise and worship leader for a lot of years. So that's been a regular thing ever since I think I was in my early to mid 20s. So,
Nice.
so
Well, great. Well, we'll listen to this song and have a few more dancing times, and then it's the end of the show. So
all right.
thank you so much for coming. And
Yeah, thank you.
yes, here we go. All right, guys, we are going to. Oh, we have a comment. Yeah, Red says, Red Death says, cool. Nice. But we are going to listen to In That Moment with Scott Ziggler. Then we have Wild Atlantic by the Bookends. And then we have The Final Thrall by the Selkie Girls. And last but not least, we have Candle Fauve by Morant. Some absolutely beautiful music for this absolutely beautiful show. You guys ready? Here we go.
It was New Year's Eve back in '89. Just 17 years into this life of mine. My eyes were open and I could see just what the purpose of my life should be. As the ball dropped down in the New York sky, passed from death to life in the blink of an eye. When my life changed, with my whole way of living, I've been set free. And in that moment, it was clear to me what I could become. And I felt so free, and I gave my life to the one who gave, leading me on to my destiny. Looking back through my history, I made a choice that's still blessing me. Everyone for his choice, oh, where would I be? His love paid and made the way for me. Yes, Jesus paid and made the way for me. As the ball dropped down in the New York sky, passed from death to life in the blink of an eye. When my life changed with my whole way of living, I've been redeemed. Life's been a journey with its twists and turns. Through its joys and sorrows, many things I've learned. Commit to God and you will succeed. And in His ways you will find perfect peace. His love for you, it will never cease. Come on and won't you fly with me? Together discover our destiny. The path to take, only time will show. And reveal how the mystery unfolds. It's all about how the story goes. it's 3 long years since we made her pay. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o. And the owner says that she's had her day. And sing Holloway, my laddie-o. So heave away for the final trawl. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o. It's an easy pull for the catch is small. I sing Holloway, my laddie-o. Then stow your gear, lads, and batten down. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o. We'll say farewell to the fishing ground and sing Holloway, my laddie-o. We'll join the venture and the morning star. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o. Riding high and empty beyond the bar and sing Holloway, my laddie-o. I'd rather reach her on the scary rock. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o, than to see her torched in the breaker's tongue. And sing Holloway, my laddie-o. Sing Holloway, my laddie-o. And the final trawl scarcely makes a crown. And sing Holloway, my laddie-o. And sing Holloway, my laddie-o. And sing Holloway.
Chante de l'aube à l'aube, aucun mot ne seras-tu, comme la chandelle fauve brûle de tourments aigus. J'ai attendu tant et tant sur la grève que tu apparaisses, sur un grand cheval blanc, au voile gonflé d'argent, au voile gonflé d'argent. L'océan n'est pas si grand, tout petit, le firmament, pour l'homme qui revient, pour la femme qui attend. Si jamais tu ne venais, que ma chandelle s'éteint, usée par les crocs du destin, sache que jamais je n'oublierai les mots échangés, les mots échangés. Resteront gravés en moi comme le sel sur le rocher, l'écume sur les récifs, les baisers de l'océan marquent jusqu'au sang.
Just so beautiful. Morant is one of those groups that I get music from all over the world, and obviously they're French, but they're just such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music. I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, Scott. It's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you.
And like I said earlier, it was fun. I enjoy coming on the show every time. It's always unique, and it's great music.
Beautiful. Thank you. You guys, if you want to, please go look up Scott Ziggler. It's Ziggy. Tell us the website one more time. Ziggy what?
ZiggyMusicOfficial.com.
ZiggyMusicOfficial.com.
Yep,
Definitely go
which
look him up. Yeah, Ziggy, Ziggie, musicofficial.com. Please go look him up. I will say this: if you're not watching from YouTube, go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. And you'll be able to subscribe and hit that little bell button. It's like magic. You know exactly when we're going to be on. If you have music to send me, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist or band. And please be family friendly, meaning no cursing. Please don't make fun of people. It's not worth it. This life needs to be full of love, not hate. Thank you. Thank you. You're listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We say thank you, good night, goodbye, and I love you so much.